Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play King's Quest. So in the last episode, Graham has ran around pretty much and he was fetching items for every single person we have. I also realized when I ended the episode that I still had the rose in my inventory since the Hubble Pots didn't take it, so I put it back immediately before it wilted. So a couple of things. First of all, I think I'm probably gonna end my day. I'm just worried if buying food items are gonna spoil or not. So I'm gonna end my day now, and I think I've decided which companion I'm gonna take, because you can only choose one. I just want to get to a point where everyone is not gonna die, at least. So for that, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go to sleep. Also because we need to do that slipper quest thing. Yeah, very disappointed that he didn't get anything.
I was great at taking quests. As a king, I struggled at giving orders. What if I made the wrong choice? What if I led the kingdom astray? What if I lost another friend to that dragon? I could have saved Mr. Fancy Cakes. What was I thinking?
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Fancy Cakes. Oh. Oh, the same. Yeah. Hey, dude, there's meat. Take it. Okay. So, this part is gonna be very particular because we're gonna have to buy porridge. And there's a very specific sequence of to who you have to give food to make sure everyone survives for another day. So we're gonna go buy porridge. And I might not actually need the chopsticks, so I'll keep the coin. I think you probably need the chopsticks when you do the fancy cake route. So hey there.
Aloha!
Aloha to you too.
What's good today?
We want
The
that.
last bowl of... I'll take it. Enjoy!
And now we give that actually to
Bye-bye, and hopefully buy more.
not really. That's actually gonna be the last time I'll visit you. So now I actually want to check out the weed next to the slippers, because I'm pretty sure we could do that part too. And we should give the porridge, I believe, first to the bakers. Because ironically enough, if I remember, they're not gonna bake anything if their health is low, so we give the porridge to them. And also the mole rat is knocked out completely. Like, you need to feed it only once and that's it. So that's that. There we go. We got the slipper. Now we need to go to this lovely goblin. Ooh, it fit. Thank you for the broom. And by the way, this is something with a long handle for Amaya to use. But we don't want to give it to her quite yet because there's gonna be an alarm if we do. Now, I believe that's it for this part. Also, they all left. And obviously there's something behind this fireplace. So we need to get past it. And to do that, we actually need a different item, which we absolutely don't even have. So anyway, since we've dealt with the Cinderella, might as well go back and start giving the porridge to our lovely bakers. And then we give the meat to the Hubbleputs. At least I think that's what she'd do. Because because I think the Brambles, or rather, Wenty and Bramble might have a bit of a lower health than Hubbleputz. I'm not really sure, so we'll see. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's check out.
What do you want?
How are you feeling?
Oh, how do I look?
Terrible. What else am I supposed to say? Oh my gosh, I'm so mean. Anyway, yeah, okay, I guess you do need the porridge.
Oh, this is a big portion of porridge. I should be good with this for 2 days. Thanks, Gram. What a treat. I think I'd feel better standing.
Okay. Okay, now they're good to go. And I believe now I give them the Chandra Blossom, I think.
Uh-huh. This is perfect. Those goblins turned our world upside down. And we will do the same with their stomachs. Would you do the honors, please?
Wenty, what's gotten into you?
Hey, you little gremlins. I thought you might like our second batch better. Added some special ingredients just for you.
Oh my gosh.
What? You dare to spit out my delicious treats? Oh, take that and that. Oh, okay. Well, lovely day.
Wenty, did you just bake bad?
Looks like we have a safe path out. Now, if we could get out of this cell.
He just threw the mat at the goblin. And this is a poisoned sweetie cake, if you're curious. That's why they spit it out, because he poisoned it.
Bramble, sweet potato. It's going to be okay. I'll get us out of here.
Oh, Sugar Bum, I know you will. You always rise to the occasion.
But wow, he's very vicious when needs to be. Yeah, they're knocked out. Sleepyheads. Anyway, so let's go give the meat to Hubbleputz. Also, if you do it this way in your game, it will bring you to... Oh, sorry, wrong way. It will bring you to a point where you can freely choose which companion to take without having any of them die. Apart from fancy cakes, of course. Now, Hubbleputz, let me check your health.
How are you feeling?
Worse than yesterday, as you can probably tell.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Visit us again soon.
Yeah, I will. There's meat for you.
Makes me want to stand. I don't know where you got this, but thanks.
The goblins gave it to me. How are you doing now?
Yes, Your Majesty?
Oh, they really came up closely. Oh, so much respect all of a sudden.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. Oh, I think that meal will last me for quite a while. Thanks, King Graham.
Oh,
I'll see to it at once.
Godspeed.
so cool. They kind of changed a bit. I think they should be good for the rose now. I believe.
I think he's doing a great...
Yeah, they're ready.
This should work. Stand back, Your Majesty. A dud? Chester, are you kidding me?
Well, Muriel, we have food now for a week. I just love the taste of powdered bone soup. It warms my soul.
But... Oh, well. You're right. Scoot over. Let me have a taste.
You have some interesting tastes.
I'll path to escape is clear. Find us a key, and we will break out of here.
This looks dangerous. I hope the guards don't catch me with it. I need to find a light for this fuse.
I know a really great light for this fuse. I think the goblins over there are so jealous. But anyway, I know precisely where we can use the bomb. And I did double check in a walkthrough to make sure that this is how you make sure that, you know, at least you'll be able to choose the companions. Although, to be honest, I'm also doing it this way, just in case, so that the companion I'm gonna stick with will be able to perform to the max of her abilities. And the companion I'm sticking with is Amaya, and the problem is that if you give her the broom, there's gonna be alarm again, so that's why I'm doing things the way I'm doing as well. To make sure everyone else is alive, but also make sure that we can go through her route with everyone being alive. And yes, that's the companion I'm gonna choose, mostly because I think she's a very good logical choice. She can take out as many of them as possible, and she have the endurance for that too. So anyway, the fireplace awaits. Let's blow it to smithereens, hahaha. Also, good thing to know that Graham notifies us which items are contraband. Dude, you should have stood back! That was so dangerous! You're an idiot! Ay, ay, ay. Ooh, what's that? Just pipes. Also, I'm hearing something. What is that?
The goblins love stories, especially fairy tales, and they always wanted to hear more.
Well, I love stories too, Grandpa.
As do I. But the goblins were obsessed with them. They couldn't just enjoy their stories like you or me. They based their whole lives around them, collecting and hoarding everything they could from their treasured tales, even if it meant stealing.
And there's another page.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. That guy's a little pink. The other one is green. He's pink. Interesting. And he's also very huge for a goblin. Let's see. I went this way, but there's like a dead end. Anything else? I guess not. Well, good to check. Also, let's see where this leads us. 'Cause I'm curious. Graham is so lanky that he can pass through these pipes, no problemo. Okay, so I'm all the way at the bottom of the porridge. Also, those are wire cutters?
I need to be careful I don't get caught with this.
Yeah, those are wire cutters. So that would be a contraband, if you're curious. Ooh. Where's that? Okay. Another climbable or not so climbable surface, because I'm not strong enough. But I know exactly where we are. We're right below the other set of pipes. So that's why they couldn't feed people anymore, because their porridge machine broke. With the pipes and everything. I guess maybe that's why the big guy removed the pipes, so that they could go and repair it. The goblins are small enough to pass through, so why not? So anyway, we got another page. A page of bravery and a page of heart. Also the contraband, and we got the broom. So now, the way you free everyone is A, you distract the guards, and then you use the wire cutters to cut through the chained up, you know, well, where the lock is, basically. Now, we only have 2 people who are freed, and that would be the Hubblepots and Wenty and Bramble. However, Amaya is not free yet. So, before we proceed with her, we should probably hide our contraband. And the best hiding place is the mole rat because it should be knocked out still. So we're gonna do just that. And then we just use the broom on that, and then we'll see where that goes. Considering that there's gonna be an alarm, most likely, another day will have to pass. But everyone should be still fine. You know, no biggie. Yeah, look at him. He's knocked out. Oh! Well, not completely.
Please, rat.
Okay. He's not completely knocked out, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, you heard nothing, buddy. Okay, so don't disturb the rat, like, ever. And I guess this is empty now. Yeah. Oh, even the chains are out. They did not spare anything from Mr. Fancy Cakes. Alright, so... Oh, wait, what am I doing? This is not Amaya's place. I went there on automatic. Jesus Christ. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. Amaya, we're ready to do your stuff. You who have been signified as a dangerous beast, essentially. Okay, would this help you, the long handle?
All right, here goes nothing. Hey, stop moving and let me poke you. Get over here.
With kindness.
Fine. Oh, I am so sorry, little goblin. Really, I didn't mean it. Yes, you. I've been a big pain in the rear, and I'm sorry. Oh, wow, very impressive. You're so chiseled. Ugh, I can't.
Keep going.
Would you like a hug? There, there. Isn't this just lovely? We are hugging, and hugs are fun.
See, it's not so bad.
Sorry, Graham. I am just not the cuddling type.
Yep. She didn't even need the handle, pretty much. She didn't even need it.
Too many were relying on me, and I still didn't have a plan. I went to sleep unsure of the decisions I had made, and the ones I would have to make tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, we can pretty much skip because this is the same. Well, this should be theoretically the last day. Now we need our boxy cutters. Because there shouldn't be any more alarms at all. And there shouldn't be any more alarms because the last guard is gonna go out. And this is gonna be like... I'm pretty sure we're gonna finish this chapter in this episode. It's not really a long chapter if you kinda know the puzzles more or less. And also, by the way, you need the piece of meat for Amaya. Although, theoretically, you can... Oh!
One guard left.
Yeah, you're on your own with that one. I'm sure you can think of something clever. I'm ready to get back to crumbling.
Oh, she's really knocked out. What's with you? Oh, okay. He's like, I want a dinner date with you. The goblins are very strange. How do you want this poison sweetie cake?
Yeah, I certainly didn't see that one coming.
Interesting. Here, take a piece of meat.
Mmm, delicious meat candy.
Candy?
All right, time to rise and shine.
Okay. Well, Amaya, me and you, we're gonna go and take on the rest of the world.
The alarm.
We gotta move.
But what about the other prisoners?
The faster we get out of here, the faster we can save everyone. Now move that sweet tuchus.
Okay, we're moving our sweet tuckus. Interesting choice of words. Sweet
I was
tuckus.
off to seek an audience with the Goblin King. If I could get my hands on his key, perhaps I could set the other prisoners free.
Did you have a particular reason for choosing Amaya?
Are you kidding me? Why wouldn't I want the bravest person in Daventry by my side?
But the Hobblepots could have whipped up a potion to take all those rock bottoms out.
Would you mind calling for a guard to carry her off to bed?
But, Grandfather, I'd like to hear more.
Which part did you like the best? The mischievous goblins? Or the interrupting boy who wanted to tell a different story?
Oh, I was enjoying the goblins. Absolutely, I was. I just wanted to show you that I could...
I think it's best to call it a night. The storm has calmed down, and so has she.
But, Grandfather,
Guard!
I just wanted to...
This is not a time for debating. Go to bed. We can continue in the morning.
As you wish. Good night.
Guard, wait. Sorry, I didn't mean to snap. These elixirs have my nerves on edge.
It's okay, Grandfather. And thank you. I do still have a lot to learn from your stories.
Sweet dreams, Guard. Sleep well.
That I can do with my eyes closed.
Ha! Now you're learning.
There. That's our ticket out.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, go ahead. Stay back.
I wasn't sure if I could get her across, but she needed to believe I could.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Which way do I go? Does it matter? I don't think it does, not much.
Go.
You could do it. Also, that was such a nice homage to Achauka again.
Right. Right. Forward. Left. Left. Forward.
I just realized you could totally make her jump into the abyss. I'm gonna stick to the right all the time. Because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to lead the people back exactly the way you went forward. Okay, right?
Right. Right. Forward.
You're doing great.
Left. Left. Forward.
Okay. I'm still gonna stick to the right. It's just easier. Can I go forward? I guess not. Okay, so zigzag to the right. Right!
Right.
Left.
Left.
Right.
Right. Left. Right. Left. Forward.
Thanks, King Graham.
Okay, we're doing great.
Quick! In my cape! No time to explain!
Wow, it just took a little person into our cape. There's a dragon. Ay, ay, ay. Also, that would be the safest choice because, you know, oh. Well then, this is disturbing. I think he also did this because he doesn't want another Achaka situation. He doesn't want to lose another one of the people he knows and cares about. Okay. Where's that terrifying dragon? Oh!
Nightmares come in many forms. Once you realize what you are actually afraid of, you can start to deal with the fear.
It's just in my head. It's not gonna work. I'm not afraid of you.
Ooh! That's a lot of rats.
After that scream, you'll be back. Let's pick up our story once again. I wasn't actually afraid of dragons. I was still struggling with the loss of Achaka. Now, my decisions meant the life or death of a kingdom. That's the true beast I needed to wrestle with.
Oh, why they're bullying the poor guy? Also, she's still in there, and we got a dragon baby. Oh my gosh, poor Amaya. She must be very uncomfortable in there. What do I do about you, though? Stop bullying that guy. Oh, poor fella. What is that? Oh, okay, so you're a fancy shadow. Let me guess, I gotta use a or am I?
Yes, I'm still paying attention.
Oh, my hat! Yeah, oh, thank you! You're so nice! Thank you. I guess there's no use for this anymore. Yeah, we know that. But thank you. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck, okay. Oh, I got unstuck. Gotta walk away as fast as I can, but thank you so much!
I didn't need to wear his crown to be a great king. My old hat suited me just fine, and Daventry was ready for a new adventure.
Yeah, you don't have to wear somebody else's hat. You make your own pathway. You make your own hat to wear. As I said before. It's somewhere in the beginning of the chapter. Oh, a library. Wow. They have a lot of books. Let's see, what do they have in here? Anything interesting apart from that center book? Is that a dead end? Oh well, I guess it is. By Manny. I don't understand what the heck he wrote. Something by Manny. Why is Manny's name in here?
Once, in a town just like the one you're imagining, there was a beautiful castle that stood high on a hill. All were welcome here. Well, everyone except for the pests. The townspeople cried out to their king, "We must be rid of these rats! They're scaring our children and stealing our cheese!" One even ate a baby. The town had become very unpleasant indeed. Every morning, gold coins clanged through the water well carrying wishes for a better town, but the rats remained. The king, in his finite wisdom, had also been casting wishes, for he desperately needed a plan. As wishes would have it, a wandering piper appeared at the castle gates. The piper offered to expel the rats from the kingdom if the town would overthrow their moronic liege. "Hear, hear," they cried out. "Our throne is but a seat for a hat rack. Rid us of these pests, and the throne is where you'll rest." The stranger pulled out a small flute and played a pleasing melody. The music summoned the rats out of hiding, and they danced on the head of the king. The king shrieked a high-pitched squeal, but the piper continued his song. The rats were led back to the wooded forest where they belonged. The piper returned to the castle to claim his reward, but his knock echoed throughout the halls, and no one let him in. He raised his pipe, and a new melody was played. He watched the drawbridge lower, and a mesmerized kingdom pranced to his side.
Oh wow, that's really creepy.
With a few simple notes and a turn on the heel, the stranger led them from the castle to the deep, dark caverns below.
Like the pests? I mean, that's kind of the connection I'm making it right now.
The throne is now empty, and the well doesn't clang anymore.
Manny knew exactly what to write to incite the horde. He chose every word carefully, fully knowing how the goblins would react to his story. Oh, it was brilliant. They did all the dirty work, and he just sat back and watched. I thought I had bested him in the duel of wits, but the mind games were just beginning.
Oh, wait, what? I think I understood what's going on. Oh, that's why they were kidnapping. Oh my gosh, okay, I didn't realize this before. Like the before when I did play this game and stuff. For some damn reason I didn't realize it before, but now I do. That's why in the beginning of the chapter, first of all, A, the goblins were kidnapping villagers, and B, there was that goblin playing on the pipe. Do you remember? And I thought that was so weird because he was on the roof and just playing the pipe. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing over there? That's why. Because like everywhere we saw, they were trying to replicate exactly everything from the storybooks, and this one was written by Manny. And they're like, oh, we should do exactly what happens here. Let's replicate it. I don't know why they want to replicate stuff. I really have no idea why. Maybe because they, I don't know. Maybe it's the lack of education, maybe it's something else. Although they have enough education in order to read the books, obviously, considering that they even collect the library. But still, why in the world would they replicate all these fairy tales, even though a lot of them, well, not gonna happen unless you have some magical interference, which I guess is not likely to happen unless they collect artifacts, but still. Oh, I can interact here? Interesting. Also, I can interact here. Weird. Okay, let's do the left side. Goblin pranks to fool your friends. Oh. The baby swap? Oh, well that would explain why that guy, the goblin who was being bullied, that's why he's not green, he's actually human. He was swapped. Even the goblins even copied that. Jesus, poor guy. It's probably a human over there. And they bully him because he's not a goblin. And the reason why he ended up with a goblin is because of the freaking damn book. Jesus, poor guy.
Do nightmares ever come true?
Of course, but real monsters are far easier to deal with than imaginary ones.
I guess it depends maybe.
Ugh. Goblins ruin everything.
Oh, he's alive. He's sleeping. But that's actually where you would find anyone who you did not manage to save. They would be on the beds.
Ugh. Goblins ruin everything.
Yeah, I know. They would be on the beds or like Mr. Fancy Cakes over there on the floor. So he's fine. Absolutely fine, but I guess he's just knocked out and tired. But, so the goblins aren't heartless, as you can see.
Ugh.
Yeah, like, you saw the beds, the books, or whatever. They actually try to take care of them at least. They don't try to starve them to death or anything and stuff. Kind of happened, but...
Distress! Help us, King!
Enough! They're only stories. Can't you just enjoy them for what they are? You've missed the point entirely. Is this how you want your story to be remembered?
Oh.
Wait. How about a new story? Once upon a time, there lived, let me see what I got here.
We got Amaya.
There lived a strong little goblin who loved adventures.
Oh my god. What the hell?
Even in his young age, stories of the goblin's quests had spread around the land. Like the time he...
Jump kicked an evil serpent lord, bear hugged a basilisk, outsmarted a quizzical griffin. Does it matter which one I pick? I guess outsmarted a quizzical griffin, that might be interesting. Because this is death. Jump kicked an evil serpent lord. That's an interesting one, but maybe quizzical griffin? That seems like the logical choice.
Outsmarted a quizzical griffin. In fact, his adventures were so legendary, the goblins decided to make him king. But the goblin adventurer was out of his element and overwhelmed with the work it took to run a successful kingdom. His friends offered their...
wisdom. Probably. I guess wisdom.
Wisdom.
Or not. Okay.
Let me try that again.
I guess heart.
Heart. But it wasn't enough. He was afraid he would never live up to the king who came before. It got so bad that the goblin gave up. But when packing up his things to run away from the castle, the goblin found... He found...
Now, over here actually is where... Oh, wait, not yet, I think. Sorry, I remember this part, but yeah. A hat, I think.
His old adventurer cap. And the goblin realized that he wasn't just here to continue the previous legacy. He was here to create his own. One filled with...
Okay, now this part is where if you picked up the pages, you choose which ones. The other page that was on top of a mushroom that we saw, that one was the page of wisdom. It coincides basically with each companion, essentially. It doesn't matter... I mean, it matters which ones you pick, because bravery would be more of a brutal attack, while heart is more of a compassion, and wisdom, well, is more of a cunning part. But, to be honest, based on what I saw with the goblins, the fact that they don't seem to be quite understanding of each other, they don't seem to be compassionate enough, I feel like brute force or wisdom... or rather not wisdom, but outwitting somebody else. I don't think that's gonna help them much. I think they need to learn what it means to, I guess, treasure each other, respect each other. Not even each other. I mean, if you remember, they have a human among the goblins. I mean, because they literally copied the baby swap book or whatever. And they need to learn to treat each other with more compassion. At least that's what I think.
Compassion. And the best group of friends you could ever ask for.
I shall call you King Nibbletooth the Third.
That's a really giant rat.
Grandpa's gotta hear about this.
Gwendolyn.
Told you he'd save us.
No, I told you he'd save us.
Well, I think it was me, actually.
You know, I'm not even sure anymore.
I said Gwendolyn the rat saver. The ultimate rat saver.
All right, Mr. Fancy
Or tamer.
Cakes, a river barachi.
And that's my story. Some of the details might have changed over the years, and I certainly left out some parts I wasn't fond of. But I found it's best to enjoy stories for what they are, and not for what you hoped they will be. Ah, you've fallen asleep again, and I think it's time I do the same.
Oh, that book again. Aww.
You look like you could use a friend.
Ah, hey there, Manny. I'll recognize those lanky legs and voice anywhere. Ay. Over here, we see everybody in here except Fancy Cakes. Fancy Cakes, the one we could not save. Because he's over there. There's the merchant, everybody. But Fancy Cakes. And this also shows, I think, either the amount of gold coins we found or used or something. I've definitely used one for the potion, one for the porridge. And I may have found 2 more, maybe? I don't remember. Or 1 more. And those are the amount of pages we've found. Obviously, the other one was the wisdom one. Or rather, not the wisdom one, the one that's like for wittiness. And yeah, the companion I chose was Amaya. And that's the end of chapter 2, guys. Yeah, that's about it for now. So the next chapter is much lighter. And as you can tell by this weird structure, it's gonna be an interesting one, and it does not have any complicating puzzles like whatsoever. It's pure. I mean, it has a bit, but they're not that complicating. In fact, they're kind of a little like they're a little too easy. The majority of them, at least. But you know what? The storytelling is interesting, and I'm pretty sure you'll find it a little weird, but also funny at the same time. Maybe a little bit embarrassing in some places, because at least I, like, for example, when something like embarrassing happens to a character, I tend to experience that as well, and I'm like, oh no, what are you doing? Stop this immediately. And there's like this, there's some part of the next chapter that it happens to, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing? This is such a bad idea. Think twice about it, please. But anyway, regardless of that, it's still gonna be an interesting one. And also, this chapter was interesting, and I remember, like, when I first read online about this chapter, some people say that, or they say something along the lines of, that this chapter, you know, is a little too dark, is a little too stressful and stuff like that. But I think it reflects really well exactly what it is to be a king, that you have to make very hard, very tough decisions that you have to stick with. Sometimes they're good decisions, sometimes they're not. I just wanted to try and see if it's possible to save everybody, and to show that, you know, there is a potential to save all the people, except the unicorn, of course. Or it's almost everybody except Bramble. But, you know, she's a pregnant woman, so I'm not quite a monster to let a pregnant woman, you know, run down pretty hard and sick. Even though she wouldn't have died, not that you know, but it's still such a bad idea, you know? What if something happens to, you know, a little, like, to the baby? And stuff like that. And also, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's also like the interpretation of, not interpretation, sorry, wrong word. It's like, imagine that someone attacks your family, and usually you would want to help the old and the sick and the children to make sure that they're safe, and whoever is able-bodied can protect them. I kind of also went from that standpoint of view, because, you know, Hubblepots, they're pretty old people, you know, and old people have very frail health. I don't know about the Hubblepots specifically, but I'd imagine they have some health issues. Wenty and Bramble, you know, he has a pregnant wife. He has a wife to take care of. And Amaya seems to be the most strongest, the most fit, the most healthiest of all of them combined, considering that she was able to take on like 30 goblins before she was captured. And she wasn't even captured in the beginning at all. She just went out of her own way to almost to find trouble accidentally and stuff like that. So that's also kind of like what factored in. And, you know, as I said before, Fancy Cakes is not a unicorn, he's a goat. And that false marketing scheme worked even on the goblins, apparently. So it just does not exactly make the most reasonable or logical choice to save Fancy Cakes over Bramble, in my opinion. Because what the hell he's gonna help me with, I guess. I mean, I guess he does help you in this game, but not... It's just... Logically and reasonably, it just doesn't make sense in my head. And, you know, this is a video game, so not everything is gonna be, you know, logical and making sense. Considering that, you know, it's written by another human being, so... It's not exactly a realistic reflection of what people might actually do or how they behave, but... I still would like to make a little bit more reasonable choices in what I choose to do. And I feel like I made a good choice with the goblins because I didn't have to beat it out of the Goblin King to get the key. Instead, you know, I'd want to show that, you know, we aren't all the same. And, well, as people, I guess. And also because you remember that book that Manny wrote? It clearly showed also the fact that people, you know, that they're not the best, that basically they painted the people in a very negative light. And you could draw some parallels to, you know, the goblins being the pests, the rats, almost. And the fact that, you know, also like the end of the Manny's stories, where that the people were brought into the caverns by the what was it called, the pipe, well, the musician dude from the story, the pipe player or whatever. You know, they also could draw some parallels with that as well. And the parallel I kind of drew also from Annie's stories is me basically, you know, the piper kind of like hypnotizing the people and drawing them into the cave like a puppet and a puppeteer, but also into the caves where, you know, pests can also live. So to me it was kind of like Manny equivaling the humans to like being almost pests-like, and that's why the piper sort of like took them away from the kingdom or something, because they just used him to their own advantage and then just, you know, screw him over, which isn't a good thing either, you know. But I did want to show to the Goblin King and the goblins in general that, you know, we could rise above that and not be like that, you know. And I feel like that's also what Graham is like more. He's more of a, I guess, on the compassionate side, but also witty. I won't say he's the one who does brute force. That's kind of Amaya's thing. And stuff like that. But anyway, guys, so that's pretty much my thoughts on this chapter. And it was a good chapter. The puzzles, they're tough if you don't know what you're doing. And I'll be honest, I think this chapter may have maybe done a bit better. But on the other hand, it shows perfectly, I guess, conveys to the gamer exactly what Graham is feeling as a king and how much responsibility he has on his shoulders, and the fact that a lot of the times you just don't know what the best decision is. You don't know what's going to do what and what kind of consequences there might be. You can guess by being observant, but sometimes it's a little too far-fetched. And you know what? We cannot all, how to say this? not everyone is extremely observant, so there's also going to be a lot of room for error. And it's also sometimes very hard to guess with video games because it's not real life. It's not like you can observe every single detail or interact with items in a way that you sometimes expect to in a video game. Mostly because, again, it's made by people, so obviously we're all going to be thinking differently about how things are going to be done or should be done and stuff like that. But anyway, I think that's maybe a pretty good analysis of this chapter. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next chapter, and hopefully it's also going to be quite a blast. Thank you, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye!